In 2020, because of COVID-19, traveling is out, but there's no reason you can't meet old and make new friends at an Agile conference. The Scrum Master Toolbox podcast teamed up with Tom Henriksen to organize the 4th year of the Agile Online Summit, and you can attend for free. There will be networking events, lots of talks on important topics, and 8 amazing keynotes from Mary Poppendick to Alan Holub, Jeff Patton, who's the creator of User Story Mapping, Neil Killick, who's a no estimates pioneer, Jeff Watts, author of Scrum Mastery, a great book for Scrum Masters, Jeff Gotthelf, Bob Galen, and our very own Markus Hammarberg, who's the author of the Bungsu Story, a great Agile transformation story. You can get your free tickets at bit.ly/SMAOS 2020. All lowercase, all one word. Once again, bit.ly/SMAOS 2020. All lowercase, all one word, and the link is also on the show notes. You can get your free ticket or opt for the full digital access that lets you keep all the conference videos forever. And for example, organize Agile learning sessions at work by watching those videos. You can get the full digital access at bit.ly/SMAOS 2020. But don't forget, there will be lots of live networking events, so I'll see you at the conference floor. Hello everybody, welcome to our Thursday Success Thursday here on the podcast. And this week we have with us Adrienne Rinaldi. Hi Adrienne, welcome back.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me again. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. So Adrienne, on Thursdays we talk about success, and we always start with the first question about one of the tools we as Scrum Masters most use to try to reach a successful outcome for our work, which is the retrospective. So share with us, what is your favorite retrospective format and why?
It might sound silly, but I like the plain and simple format. What went well, what didn't go well, and how can we improve as a team together? I think the most important takeaway of that last question is 1 to 3 action items that can be built into a backlog for improvement. I think that part is absolutely critical. That being said, as a Scrum Master, you have to learn and adjust as well. If one retro format doesn't work for your team, try another. I've tried several different things. I've even tried a retro in a different language and used Google Translate to help.
Wow. How did that look like?
It was very interesting. I had a team that didn't like to talk very much because there was a language barrier. They did speak English, but their first language was Spanish. After several, in English retrospectives, no one was really talking. Retrospectives lasted less than 10 minutes. I tried something else. I tried a Google Doc with the same questions in Spanish. Instead of speaking out loud, they could write it down and then use Google Translate. And fortunately, we did have someone on our team that did speak both English and Spanish fluently. So I was able to help communicate when we actually did read the questions out loud and things like that. Very interesting, though. They did have some reactions and they did, fill out the questions, but it is not the most ideal way because you do want that back and forth conversation when it comes to a retrospective.
Yeah, it sounds so brilliant and so simple. It's kind of mind-boggling that, many have not tried it before. What was your experience with that Google translated retrospective? Like, would you do it again?
If it came down to it, I definitely always think that in-person back and forth communication works the best. But we have to understand that there are cultural differences, and sometimes people don't feel comfortable speaking out loud their opinions and feel more comfortable writing down because they feel like they won't get in trouble or get backlash. Of course, we never want something like that to happen on a team, but it's, again, adapting to the team and how people feel comfortable. It's that social intelligence that you have to be aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. Adapting to the team and how they feel comfortable. At the end of the day, the retro should start with exactly that in mind, right? Create a safe space, create a comfortable space for people to talk about what might be some difficult topics.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Adrienne, now we turn our attention to success and what it means for us as Scrum Master. So, share with us, what's your own definition of what success looks like for you as a Scrum Master?
Sure. I believe that a key characteristic of a successful Scrum Master first is emotional intelligence, because it involves self awareness, self management, social awareness, and relationship management. As a Scrum Master, we're a servant leader first, which makes others or the teams great. We need to be able to lead by example, the ability to identify, use, understand, and manage emotions in positive ways. We need to help relieve the team's stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others. I always have to work on that one. Overcome challenges, like removing impediments and diffusing conflict. I think those are very important characteristics of a successful Scrum Master. How you measure that, I think, as a successful outcome as a Scrum Master, I think it's the team. If you have a strong, well-functioning team, then the output is success. Of course, there will always be conflict, but the Scrum Master's emotional intelligence will give them the ability to guide the team through challenges.
Yeah, and conflict is not only present but also a necessity, right? Because it's through constructive conflict that new ideas emerge. Where a team where there is no conflict, there's probably other underlying anti-patterns that prevent them from voicing the disagreements that are inevitable.
Absolutely. Silence in a retrospective is not a good thing.
Absolutely. You said, I mean, you used two terms to describe what a team of a successful Scrum Master would look like. You use the term strong and functioning, but break that down for us. Like when you're looking at a team and you have that in mind, right? Strong and functioning team. What do you look for? What are the things they do, the characteristics of their behavior and their actions that you're looking at?
Absolutely. Definitely, again, going back to retrospectives and even stand ups. Are they communicating with each other? Are they giving feedback? Are they helping each other with work? Or are they still feeling siloed, not willing to speak out loud and help each other out as a team? So I think a strong team is those willing to work together, communicate together, and be a team together.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, one of the things that sometimes it's actually rather frustrating when you go into a daily stand up and as you start the assignment with that team and you clearly see that their expectation is that they are being judged on the information they are revealing. And there's a lot of work ahead when that happens, right? And the meeting feels a little bit like just, okay, so I did this, and then when somebody has a question, how about this bug here? The answer is always, I'm working on that. So it's never, I haven't touched it because I'm busy with other things, or we need a priority call, or whatever that might be. How do you see this perhaps describing the behavior of those teams in those meetings? How would you describe the behavior of the team when they are in those settings, retros and dailies, and they are strong and functioning? Like, what does that look like? What does that feel like?
A strong functioning team in retros, they have fun together. They are willing to communicate together. You could tell by body language, if you're in person or even if you're on camera, body language is very important. Hands crossed, hands not crossed. If they are virtual, cameras on, cameras not on. If someone is disconnected, they are probably not looking at the camera or they have their video turned off. Or if you're in person, they are looking at their phone or paying attention to something else. They're not being involved in the team. So You could definitely tell if people enjoy being there, if they actually show up, or if they make excuses. There's different ways to tell if a team works well together or if they don't.
Absolutely. Great tips. Thank you for sharing that, Adrienne. Part of a successful Scrum Master job is to help the product owner. Tomorrow we explore that critical role in Scrum, the product owner role. Tune in to learn about product owner anti-patterns, what you can do to help the product owner, and a real-life example of what a great product owner is and what made it so. Tomorrow on our Friday Product Owner episode. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.